Hi, I'm Lucine. At the age of 19, I was diagnosed with MND. That was 7 years ago. Over the 7 years, my MND stayed pretty much the same, with only small changes happening every year, with maybe my hand or my foot getting weaker and my speech getting more slurred. But apart from that, my MND has been pretty good. The day after I got diagnosed with MND, I saw a specialist, and he said that I probably wouldn't be able to have kids, as my body wouldn't be able to cope. I now have a 9-month-old son, so I feel like my MND is very good, if you can say that about MND, and I'm very lucky. I no longer take any drugs to do with my MND because I came off them when I was pregnant, and I just haven't got back on. So yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously in the past year we've all been through quite a lot with COVID. If we're all honest, there's a lot of more cons to pros with COVID. The pros for me and my family is probably that Tommy obviously got a lot more maternity leave because of lockdown. His work at the time closed down, so he was able to be a huge part of Logan's life at the start of lockdown and the start of LG's life. And when COVID first started, we went down to my parents so that I could get help and so that we could get help with LG, which we're really glad that we did because we needed it. Because having a newborn is not the easiest, especially considering Tommy has to do all the night stuff, which is pretty good if I'm honest. There's been a lot of cons to COVID, with the fact that we can't really do anything. I was supposed to be getting married in May, and obviously that's not happened, but it's set again for April, which probably won't happen either. We were supposed to be looking to buy a house, but due to COVID, Tommy lost his job, which, not gonna lie, probably a good thing because it was a dangerous job, and now he's an apprentice plumber, which is he loves and it's good for the family. I feel like COVID, it's been dragged out so long that people are starting to get fed up a bit. But people in my situation where it potentially could hospitalize them and get them on ventilators, it is really scary. It's just hard, and I feel like I'm isolating myself a lot right now, and it is hard because anyone who knows me knows that I'm a sociable person, but it's so that in the future I'm there and that I'm keeping myself safe so I have a future. And I just want people to remember that if you have a cough or any COVID symptoms, it's people like me you're trying to save by staying at home and not going anywhere. But that's enough about COVID. Let's talk about little LG. And the end of the pregnancy was really hard. I got induced just because I was getting so tired, and they wanted me to have energy to be able to push him out. Inducing was fine. Labor was tricky. And the only word for it was stupid, and I tried to go as long as possible before getting an epidural, and I tired myself out quite a lot, and my whole body was shaking, and I don't know if that's MD or birth. And he arrived and I burst out crying because I was like, oh my god, he's real. And I was surprised, not surprised, grateful that we had both made it. I had a bit of a bleed, which obviously scared Tommy, so I think it's safe to say LJ is going to be our only one, just because it was traumatic a little bit and very tiring, but honestly he was worth it. I feel like everyone wants that perfect baby, and it sounds awful, but we do have it. He slept through the night pretty much since he was 3 months. He hardly cries, but when he does, he's a real rager. And he is stubborn and determined. He's already letting go of things and standing on his own. And everyone's he's gonna be walking by Christmas, which obviously is really good, but it's really bad too. And I'm I just want my little boy for a little bit longer. And he is very independent. He'll take his bottle on his own, on the floor. He'll just play with his toys. He'll try and crawl around all the house and try and get to the dog food, and he is just the happiest little boy. He's not had that many problems, and he's just thriving. And we are really lucky, and we know how lucky we are to have him. And the only bad thing about him is that he's a wriggler. He does not like staying still. So anything changing his nappy or his clothes, he'll have a good fight with you, and he's strong. He is very, very strong for a little boy. And I just know how lucky I am to have been diagnosed with MND 7 years ago, and to have a 9-month-old son, and to have him where he's good and he behaves. And I think it was Sunday night, I was feeling a bit emotional, and I just started crying, and Tommy was why? And I was we're just so lucky. Yeah, I'm that kind of mum. I'm the needy one, but obviously I'm not that naive. I know if I go by statistics, I probably won't see that much in his life. And that's scary. But then I think he's got a lot of what most little kids don't have, and that's 2 parents who love him and 4 grandparents that love him, and he loves these videos. So he'll always know how much I loved him. And he said, Tommy says it doesn't count, but it was yesterday or the day before. I was choking on water. I was just misbehaving, and he tried to roll over to me and said, Mom. And so I'm taking that as I'm his favorite. Anyway, I can't wait until like anyway, sorry about that. I can't wait until COVID is over and it's safe to go out, and I can't wait to take him to like farms and go swimming, and eventually get a house that he'll grow up in and everything. And I have an LG and Tommy, because oh my god, why am I getting so emotional? Having them two just makes M&T like better and worth it, and it makes me stronger. I'm so grateful. So yeah, the year ahead, I can't believe LG is going to be born in February, and I cannot wait. Hopefully we'll get married. Hopefully. So sorry if I just made you cry, because I made my cry, Kira cry. So I thought I'd bring LG on to kind of cheer you guys up. So this is my son, and I think tonight I'm gonna go live on Facebook to kind of finish the video. And I'll be going live with Tommy, so I'll see you tonight.